Welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
Okay, so today we're exploring something, well, something potentially huge.
Impressive.
A concept that could really reshape how we interact with, all our digital stuff. Imagine just moving past the clutter of endless apps, scattered tools.
Yeah, the constant switching.
Exactly. Towards just maybe one single smart interface. Something that adapts to you, learns what you need, grows with you.
That's the core idea, isn't it?
It is. That's the revolutionary concept we're digging into today. The Universal Smart Interface, or USI.
USI.
We're pulling our insights from this really detailed document, USI, Universal Smart Interface for the Future.
Right.
And our mission really for this deep dive is to kind of pull out the core insights, understand how USI changes digital interaction, what it might mean for, well, the future of work, creativity, digital life generally.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how USI looks beyond just, sticking apps together.
Right. It's more fundamental.
Much more. The source material calls it a new era of digital interaction.
A new era.
Okay. Yeah, and a scalable fabric of intelligence and interaction.
Yeah.
The goal seems to be unifying all these digital workflows under one single intuitive layer.
So not just efficiency.
No, it's deeper than that. It feels
Yeah.
like a fundamental reimagining of how we actually engage with technology itself.
Okay. And if you're listening, if you're someone who maybe loves getting knowledge quickly.
Those aha moments.
Exactly. Those aha moments. If you want to grasp the next big thing in tech without getting buried in jargon and you appreciate a shortcut to, being well informed,
Then this is probably for you.
then this deep dive is definitely for you.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's jump in. What makes USI so groundbreaking? The document mentions several core pillars.
Several key ideas.
And the first one that really jumped out at me was this adaptive UI engine.
Ah, yes.
Now, for someone like me, like probably most people who spent their lives clicking around static interfaces, what's the biggest sort of mental shift needed to really use a UI that morphs in real time?
That's a really good question because it is a huge shift. It's not just about, changing your color scheme or something.
Right, not just customization.
No. The adaptive UI engine, as described, it actually morphs in real time.
Morphing? How?
Well, it's designed to show you only the most relevant menus, tools, controls, precisely when you need them.
Based on what I'm doing.
Exactly, based on your current activity. The material calls it context sensing.
Context sensing, okay.
So whether you're, say, working on a 3D model or looking at complex data or just writing a report, USI is meant to read that context.
To minimize the clutter.
Precisely. To eliminate that cognitive overload, free up your mental energy for the actual task.
By making the interface almost invisible until you need parts of it.
That's the idea, making it disappear in a way until its elements are actually needed.
Wow, that sounds like it could dramatically cut down on that feeling of, switching gears mentally or hunting for that one button.
It could, yeah. Less friction.
And speaking of the system knowing things, the material also brings up the intent interpreter, calls the AI core of USI.
Right, the brains of the operation.
So how does this system actually understand what a user's trying to do, and what does that mean practically day to day?
Well, the intent interpreter, it's built around a powerful natural language engine.
So I can just talk to it or type normally.
Basically, yes. Use conversational commands like generate a risk model for this data or prep this scene for an AR walkthrough, that kind of thing.
And USI just figures it out.
It intelligently reconfigures your environment, brings up the right tools, but what's really impactful is what they call predictive workflow.
Predictive, so it anticipates.
Exactly. It doesn't just react, it tries to anticipate your next moves, maybe suggesting relevant templates or even auto-generating little scripts or mini apps tailored to what you're doing right then.
So it's acting like a co-pilot.
That's the term they use. Designed to function as a true co-pilot, not just a passive tool.
That predictive part. I could see how that would save a ton of time.
Huge potential there.
Okay, so we've got an interface that adapts, AI that understands intent. But how do you actually build your workspace? The document talks about modular function blocks.
Ah, the blocks, yes.
Can you maybe elaborate on those? How are they different from like normal software components or apps?
This is a really key difference from the big monolithic apps we mostly use now.
Right, like Word or Photoshop, these huge things.
Exactly. Instead of those fixed, heavy applications, USI offers these lightweight, reusable blocks of functionality.
Like digital Legos.
That's a great analogy. Digital Legos you can sort of drag and drop to build your ideal workspace or workflow for a specific task.
What kind of blocks are we talking about?
Well, the material gives examples like a 3D viewport, a SQL console, a genome editor, even a VR staging area, all sorts of things.
Very diverse.
And each block is apparently optimized for speed and, crucially, composability, meaning they work well together.
So you snap them together.
You can link them up, and you can save these custom setups as custom sessions for workflows you do often.
Okay. Or even dynamically link blocks into live automated pipelines. It seems to give the user incredible control over their digital environment.
That really does flip the script, doesn't it? From just using software someone else built to actively composing your own tool set.
It's a major shift in thinking.
But, okay, if you're building with these blocks, what happens to all the existing tools? You know, the ones people already know and rely on. Does USI just replace them?
That's a really important point. And the answer seems to be no, not necessarily. That's where ecosystem interoperability comes in.
Interoperability. Makes sense.
And the material really stresses this. USI has an API-first design.
Meaning it's built to connect.
Exactly. Built to integrate smoothly with a huge range of existing industry-leading tools. It's not trying to force you to ditch your current favorites.
So it works with things like Figma or Unity.
Right. The examples listed include Figma, Unity, Ableton, Blender, MATLAB, AutoCAD.
Okay, so major platforms. Yes. USI aims to be your central cockpit, connecting to these platforms, enhancing what you already use by bringing them into this unified, intelligent environment.
And there's even a marketplace.
Yeah, an extension marketplace is mentioned.
Right.
For community-built blocks, which could open up integrations for totally new areas. Quantum computing, specialized AI research, things like that.
So it's adaptive, it's intelligent, it's modular.
Yeah.
And it plays nice with others.
That seems to be the core design philosophy.
But the material also talks about user modeling and growth. How does USI adapt to me, the individual user, beyond just my immediate task?
This is where it gets really personal. It's designed to adapt not just to the task, but to your unique expertise level.
My skill level.
Yeah, your learning style, even your specific domain focus. It mentions progressive complexity.
Progressive complexity, like different difficulty settings.
Sort of. You can choose between beginner, intermediate, or expert modes, apparently. And you unlock deeper features as your skills grow naturally.
So it doesn't overwhelm you at the start.
That's the goal. Avoid being overwhelmed. And beyond that, there's intelligent personalization.
Okay.
Which means it fine-tunes interfaces, tool sets, even those predictive suggestions based on your past behavior, your workflows, even how you collaborate with others.
So genuinely learns from you over time.
It learns from you and grows with you. That's the promise.
That degree of personalization, that growth aspect, it sounds incredibly powerful.
It really does.
And the sheer versatility is striking, too, when you look at the range of fields USI is designed for.
Yeah, the list is broad.
The document lists everything from creative arts, vector canvases, audio mixers, to science and engineering. CAD modelers, lab automation stuff.
Biotech 2 genome editors.
Right. And healthcare, EHR integrators. It really is aiming to be a universal layer across so many different domains.
Absolutely. And if you sort of zoom out and connect the dots, its success really seems to hinge on a few core principles they emphasize.
Like what?
Well, scalable complexity starts simple, unlock more as needed.
Which we just talked about.
Right. Being tool agnostic, not replacing what works, but unifying and enhancing it.
Okay.
Which naturally leads to a unified experience. One adaptive platform, one learning curve, hopefully reducing that mental load of constantly jumping between different apps and interfaces.
And that future-proofing idea seems critical, too.
Definitely. The future-proof architecture with that community-driven extension model.
The marketplace thing.
Yeah. It's designed to evolve as technology evolves,
Yeah.
constantly integrating new advancements, new user needs. It's not meant to be static.
Okay. This deep dive into the universal smart interface, it's really painted a picture of a compelling new way to think about digital work and interaction.
It's a fascinating concept.
Yeah, it's clear from the material that USI is positioned as much more than just a pretty interface. It's a whole platform.
A comprehensive system.
Its core strengths really stand out. adaptability, that AI-driven intelligence, the modularity, the deep interoperability, it all echoes that vision from the document. One adaptive platform, infinite possibilities, crafted for growth. Welcome to USI.
It really does.
Yeah.
And thinking about all this, it raises a pretty significant question for you, the listener, to maybe chew on.
Okay.
If USI really does aim to replace those big monolithic apps with these modular function blocks,
Right, the Legos.
and if it becomes this universal operating layer they describe, how might that shift fundamentally change how we even define what a software application is?
Good question.
Yeah, and what skills will users need to really thrive in that kind of environment? Or even how might it change the structure of the whole digital industry, moving perhaps from these closed ecosystems we have now
Garden.
to something more open, a more composable landscape? What would that look like?